Hi there, folks, and welcome to TV Tuners, an entertainment podcast talking about the latest in television news and reviews. I'm your host, Swanson. With me, as always, my George Costanza to my Jerry Seinfeld, Stairmaster.
Wait, I thought it was Newman.
I mean, you can be whatever you want to be, pal.
I mean, we have a very antagonistic relationship, two of us.
Alright, sure, yeah. And our wacky next-door neighbor, Kiorein.
Hello.
He's like the Kramer to our Seinfeld
He's
and
like
Newman.
the Elaine.
He's
I
like
hope that's a good thing.
He's
And
like
I'm
the soup Nazi.
And I'm constantly stealing the dinosaur DNA.
That's right. Alright, so this is a show all about television. We talk about anything and everything that we can think about. And
That fits in a television.
Yeah, anything that can fit in a television, we're discussing it. Anything that doesn't fit in a television, get the fuck out of here.
Man, what doesn't fit in a television?
A car.
Ooh, we can't talk about cars, Swanson.
No car talk. You can't fit a baby in a television.
You
Well,
can.
actually, you probably could.
You can fit him in a CRT.
Yeah. So you can talk about
I think we're pretty limited on what we can talk about, Swanson.
I
Fit a
wouldn't.
television show. And commercials.
That's true. Anyway, this is our first debut episode. We got a lot to discuss. There's been Comic-Con happen last week. You guys get excited about that?
Godzilla trailer?
I did, actually. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not only did Comic-Con happen last week, but Shark Week we're in the middle of Shark Week.
Oh, and
And-
how's that going?
I mean, I'm personally stoked. I don't know about you guys. What are your favorite Shark Week memories?
I haven't watched any Shark Week in my life.
Please don't talk about Shark Week. The death toll for Shark Week this year has been 25.
I haven't watched Jaws either. I have watched Deep Blue Sea with Samuel L. Jackson.
I guess that
was
counts as Shark Week.
I was traumatized as a child when that sexy lady got eaten by the shark at the end.
But not when Samuel L. Jackson got eaten by a shark.
Oh no.
What was your reaction? Do you remember?
I was like, oh, wow! I don't know who that is yet, so I don't really appreciate the significance of this moment.
The first movie Stairmaster ever saw.
Is that what you said word for word as a child?
I was like 10, so yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're very clairvoyant.
I think the thing I'm most looking forward to this Shark Week is when Shaq fights a shark live on TV.
He's gonna die, guaranteed, so I don't know why you want to see that.
I don't know if that's actually happening, but I know he's hosting Shark Week, and I think he's doing a program where he's like in a cage with a shark. So that's close enough.
What basketball skills of Shaq would translate well to dealing with a shark?
Dunking.
Was he really a dunker in his career?
He's known for I don't know what he's known for. 3-point shots? That's what he's not known for, right?
I think
He's
he was
not known
bad
for-
at that. I think
for
they made
free
jokes about
throws.
that. Oh yeah, that's what they made the jokes about.
Yeah, he's not free throwing at sharks. So
Well, if you had a basketball with him, you could dribble it on the basketball's head to disable it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was a dunker.
he was a dunker.
Yes, Shaquille O'Neal ranks third all-time in field goal percentages, 58.2%.
Huh. So yeah, he could probably dunk on the shark. That shark, the shark's not a good basketball player. So
Well, yeah, a shark. If it tried to grab the ball with its teeth, it would pop and deflate.
or with its fins, with its tiny little flipper arms.
I think if it does that, it just wins the game though, by default.
You're right.
Victory by ball destruction.
I think Shaq would be like, dang, he won the game. Anyway, Shaq might die, and that's interesting to watch.
He will die, guaranteed.
And maybe Shaq will rap at him.
Oh, dang, yeah. Shaq did
Yes,
have
in addition to its basketball career, O'Neal has released 4 rap albums with his first
4?
with his first Shaq Diesel going platinum.
Okay, well, I'm glad you
rap
didn't just
albums?
mention rap because he's black.
Hold on.
Old.
Shaq hosts a podcast.
Oh, well, don't mention that now. All these people are going to be like, why bother with this bullshit? Shaq has a podcast, and rush over.
The Wikipedia picture of Shaq is looking at me disappointed right now.
Yeah, he knows what you did. All right. So this is our first episode. You're starting to get a little bit of a glimpse into who we are as people.
Madness.
I am a soulless vessel.
The Kiorein represents majesty and order.
Thank you. That's beautiful.
It is quite majestic. But I want you guys to get to know us a little bit. So let's talk about our favorite television shows. Stair, why don't you start?
Well, it's The Wire. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Why are you apologizing?
That's such a common line to say.
What do you like about The Wire that makes it your favorite show?
Omar. No.
I mean, Omar's a part of it, I bet.
I think I just appreciate how you get more out of it on each rewatch.
Okay.
Like the vermesolitude. Someone say that word right for me.
I don't know what word that is. It's not in my vocabulary.
Vermesolitude.
Don't worry, someone will tweet it at you later.
Very similitude.
You're just making it worse.
Noun, the appearance of being true or real.
Okay.
Oh, it's verisimilitude. I got it. Thank you, Google.
No problem. Whoa.
Wow. George Google.
He's here in the studio with us.
Oh, he left.
Oh, wow.
And he gave us a bird.
A dead one. Weird.
I think that's something he hunted down himself. It's a gift.
Is he a dog? Or a cat?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Keo, what's your favorite television show?
I'm very partial to The Wire.
Okay. Well, The Wire was already said, so you got another one, maybe?
Can I give an honorary mention to The Shield? Because for like half that show, they'd start recaps with a lady asking, "He made you suck?" For like literally half the series.
Is that the only reason you're giving it an honorable mention?
Yes.
Okay, I mean, I would give The Shield an honorable mention because it has the best anti-hero ending of any television show I've ever watched.
Okay, so am I off the hook now?
Yeah.
No, Kiorein, I'm sure you have another show you like.
Oh, what's your number 2?
Hostages, starring Dylan McDermott.
That's a lie. Come on.
It's Stalker, starring Dylan McDermott.
Yeah.
It's made-for-TV movie Atomic Train, starring John Lovitz.
John Lovitz? Made-for-TV movie Atomic Train, starring John Lovitz, where he stops an atomic train.
Actually, he doesn't.
With his wit.
Well, he thinks he's a really hot shot, but he fails miserably, Swanson.
And then thousands of people die.
Where he tries to stop an atomic train with his wit, but it's not enough. All right, Keo. Well, since you didn't bring it up, I'll bring up Breaking Bad. That's probably one of my faves. It's just very tense. It knows how to build tension and plot out a story.
Couldn't you just say Twin Peaks, Swanson?
I mean, that's one of my favorites, yeah.
I mean, we all said the common top three TV shows.
Well, Swanson was kind of giving me my answer because I do like Breaking Bad, and I don't watch much television, so I've got pretty basic answers.
It's true. Keo is sort of the novice to me and Stair's more experienced television tastes.
Okay.
They're showing me the ropes.
Yeah, here are the ropes, and here's the noose we made out of them.
Whoa.
Hold on. Hold up.
That's for later.
I'm a little scared, but intrigued.
Since I gave Keo an answer, I'm also going to give an honorable mention to Community, which was the first comedy I fell in love with. Sort of gave me a taste for the genre of sitcom.
It made you smile and laugh for the first time in your entire life.
Yeah, before then I was a cold, dark, bitter person, and then Community warmed the cockles of my heart.
So in conclusion, Keo doesn't watch television and I'm a phony.
Sure.
You lack verisimilitude.
Yep, that's right.
Fuck, I forgot.
We had it, and then we lost it. Will Stair ever get it back? Tune in to find out. All right. So, we talked about our favorite television show, but boys, what you been watching this past week?
Oh, I watched The Great Escape from 1963.
What's all that?
Oh, that's Steve McQueen, Charles Bronson, some other guy.
Oh, you're talking about a movie you watched?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, was it
it
a good movie? I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, yeah, it holds up.
Okay.
I mean, it is 3 hours long, though, because all movies back then were.
Steve McQueen, more like Steve McDreamy. I didn't have something.
Steve McDream. Oh, yeah, Richard Attenborough was one of the British guys.
Hello, it's me, Richard Attenborough.
Whoa.
Let's dig a hole.
When did Richard Attenborough get here?
The ghost of Richard Attenborough is here.
Man.
And then he left. Wow. So many visitations we're getting today.
Very brief visitations.
Yeah. Keo, have you been watching anything this past week?
Yeah, actually, I have. I caught up with the Marvel Netflix shows.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad apparently got tired of watching Luke Cage or something.
Was it after he fought a shark? He doesn't do it on screen. He doesn't do it on screen.
Oh!
The last thing I watched was Iron Fist.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
And I don't know why it's getting so much hate, or got so much hate, rather.
Oh, you enjoyed it?
Yeah, not as much as like other shows, but yeah, I didn't mind it at all.
I don't know, man. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought Iron Fist, the writing was piss poor on that show.
All I know about Iron Fist is what Swanson told me and the 2 episodes of Defenders I saw.
I think
a total dweeb.
I think the problem I had with the show is that the guy who plays Iron Fist, I don't think he's the problem. I don't think he's the problem at all. I think the way they write Danny Rand is not great.
Also, he doesn't do karate good.
Yeah, that's also like it gets better throughout the season though.
Yeah, if you want to see a TV show with good martial arts, you should go look at Into the Badlands.
Yeah, it's definitely not a show you watch for the martial arts.
Yeah, the thing is that I don't know.
The problem is his superpower is martial arts.
Well, that and also I don't know. It just seemed weirdly written. I liked parts of it, but yeah, it's definitely the weakest of the Netflix shows for me.
That was that show with the lady who was like, in 5 minutes my guards will show up and they have a gun. Right?
Yeah.
Oddly specific.
Well,
Ultimatum.
yeah, my thing is that, if I'm remembering correctly, because I did try to block a lot of that show out of my mind, the first episode, he is all about him trying to prove that he is Danny Rand.
And he's not very good at it.
Yeah, he's not very good at it, and also he beats up a security guard who's just doing his job in, the first, couple minutes, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're supposed to get the idea that this guy's got some, brain problems.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's just that I have a different idea of what I want from Danny Rand, which is kind of what he's like in Luke Cage, where he's sort of just a dopey, happy-go-lucky kind of guy, and not just a complete whatever he is in Iron Fist.
Well, I went into the show expecting it to be really bad because I heard you complaining about it so much, and I didn't come away with that impression. Probably because I didn't have really any impression of the character Danny Rand in the first place.
Yeah, that might help. I don't know. I'm just very intrigued that you liked it. I will say I really like what's the brother of the lady who runs the company? He was
Ward.
The MVP of the season for me.
Ward?
Yeah, he was pretty good. Yeah.
Him and Colleen Wing were the best parts. Anyway, what else did you watch? Did you watch anything else, Keo?
Yeah, I watched Leak Cage.
Oh man, I don't want to.
.wmv.
Yeah, season 2.
I watched that
Cage
loop for 10 hours.
Yeah, season 2 of Luke Cage is good. I like that. It's probably the best season 2 of a Netflix show so far.
Yeah, pretty solid.
That's not a high bar to pass.
It's not, and it passes it. It ends really strong too.
Yeah, it has an ending that makes you want to see what happens next for sure.
Oh, I saw Ant-Man and Wasp which had a terrible ending.
Doesn't it? Oh, I don't know. If,
You just see everyone die except Ant-Man.
Yeah. Okay. Spoilers. I guess that movie's been out for a bit, so no need to spoil. All right.
Nothing.
I watched this past week. I've been catching up with Preacher, the show, the AMC show based off of the graphic novel. They're in the 3rd season, and things have been getting iffy on that show, quality-wise.
Did they get to the part where he fought like an entire armored division?
Sort of. They're not following the plot of the comic book, so they're taking liberties, and they've been taking some bad liberties. Because the problem with this season, I think, for me, and with some other people that I seem to be getting the same feelings from on Twitter, is that they're adapting easily one of the best arcs from the comic book, and it's not translating well to the screen. They're doing a bad job of casting, I think.
So sort of like Game of Thrones season 4, where they just kind of dropped the ball.
Yeah.
And started rolling down the hill.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not terrible. It's not like a bad show. It's just middle of the road right now. The cast, the main trio, are still really good at what they do. It's just that the people who are around them aren't as good. I'm speaking specifically to clarify. I'm speaking about Jesse's family who show up, and they're in the comics. They're supposed to be like evil, terrible people, and they're sort of just not as terrifying as they were in the comics in this. So it makes me not want to. It's weird. It makes me not want to see them get killed. It makes me just want to be like, okay, just leave these people, go run away from them.
You want a bad family, not a mediocre family.
Yeah, pretty much.
I want a family with attitude.
Yeah, I want a family that gets busy.
I want a family that knows karate and can form the Megazord.
I also been watching season 2 of American Crime Story.
Oh shit! Is that actually done?
That's done. It's been okay so far.
Does it hold up to the lofty heights of season 1?
I mean, I'm only 2 episodes in. It's a little early to tell.
I mean, episode 2 had the Bronco chase in season 1. So.
Yeah, if we're comparing it to episode 2, the first 2 episodes of OJ, no. It's very good, but, like, there's only one performance right now that I would say is, like, standout.
OJ tier?
Yeah, and in OJ there were at least 5 that I would recommend, that I would say were really good. So, it's a smaller cast, to be fair, but...
Gil, who was your favorite character in the OJ Simpson saga? As a native Californian, of course.
Yeah, I think that was a little before my time, Stare.
I mean, technically it was like when you were 2.
Yeah, when I was 2, I didn't care about orange juice or O.J. Simpson.
Someone's listening to this right now who just got made to feel really old, and I apologize.
That's okay. Old people don't listen to podcasts.
You're right. Anybody above the age of 30 doesn't listen to a podcast. All right.
I think that's a scientific fact, actually. Any
Yeah,
scientists out there, write that down.
All right, so we
Look,
discussed...
it's George Google, and he's writing it down right now.
Oh, man, he came back. What a good kitty.
And now he's gone.
All right. So, as I explained earlier in the podcast, a lot of stuff's happened. You know, we had Comic-Con this past week, which was just a deluge of information. Although we're not really going to talk about any of that Comic-Con news. It wasn't that important. So we picked up 2 stories that I think are relevant-ish to talk about. First up, let's talk about hey kids, let's rap.
Oh, here we go.
Let's rap about Dan Harmon. You guys know Dan Harmon. He's the creator of Community and Rick and Morty. And recently he's been forced to leave Twitter after a old web series that he made has resurfaced.
Oh, boy.
It's a clone of Cosby?
No. To give some clarification to this is something that was dug up by Mike how do you say his last name?
Mark Cernovich.
Cernovich. And his cabal of goblins. who got James Gunn fired from Guardians of the Galaxy for tweets that were disgusting but made years ago.
Oh, it was actually him?
It was him. It was his. Yeah, Dan Harmon was their next target. In addition to James Gunn, then Dan Harmon, and for some reason,
then we get all the creator of cult classic comedies have to be taken down.
Well, they're also targeting Michael Ian Black for some reason, which okay. Anyway,
what's their end game here?
They want
destroy the liberal culture.
Well, I feel like the actual end game is for somebody to not get fired for something, and then them to be like, "Oh, see, they don't do it for their own."
That's exactly it.
That's not much of a payoff.
I mean, it is for them. Anyway, Dan Harmon, a pilot that he made for Channel 101, which is a monthly event he does that's for aspiring creators in the LA comedy area. He made a pilot in like 2009 that was a parody of Dexter, where the character has sex with baby dolls.
Hold up. You mean the serial killer or the brilliant scientist child?
I mean the serial killer, Dexter.
Okay,
I didn't say
good.
Dexter's Lab.
You gotta be clear.
The first episode has him sexually assaulting a baby doll, and in the second episode he reportedly assaults a cat.
Oh, no.
So it's not like funny.
It's not funny at all.
But it was also something that was made to make fun of something. And also
he's yeah, this was back when he was poor. He's probably doing heroin.
Well, I mean, I don't know about all that. Cocaine, probably.
Heroin makes you sleepy. Doesn't make you want to make anything.
Yeah. Keo knows. He's an addict.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't need help. I don't need help. So
don't add him. Don't call his mom. She's busy enough.
So yeah, Dan Harmon made a statement about apologizing for the pilot that he made, saying it was distasteful. The video got taken down, and he left Twitter, probably wisely, I guess.
That guy's kind of on the downward arc, from what I hear.
Not really. I mean, he did sign a deal with Adult Swim to do 70 episodes of Rick and Morty, and they didn't fire him. So
I heard he yelled at his surrogate son on his podcast, though.
Oh, Spencer?
The one who hosts all the D&D games for him.
I mean, I'm sure he yelled at him in like a way that he yells at everybody, which is that he was drunk and belligerent. I don't know.
Full of turmoil.
Aren't we all?
Dan Harmon is an ocean of sadness.
His emotions.
He feels.
Yes.
But yeah, for the time being, he felt like getting off of Twitter, which is probably fair. I don't know. Apparently, Cernovich or Cernovich. Sure. I'm having the same trouble saying this guy's last name.
Get this, Mike Nerdovich.
Whoa.
That's brutal.
Shit. He's apparently.
We're gonna have to shut this podcast down after that. We're gonna get too much heat.
That is slander.
Yeah. He's coming after us next.
I have no reason to believe he's actually a nerd.
I mean, yeah, probably not. He sure does love rape jokes, though. What a classy guy.
I think you mean totally serious statements about rape that aren't jokes at all.
Oh, you're right. Anyway, moving on to another subject. You guys hear the Blues are calling? Tossed salad and scrambled eggs?
I don't understand what any of this means.
Guys.
You're upsetting me.
Guys.
He's crying.
Kelsey Grammer is talking about a Frasier reboot.
Is that show where they're aliens pretending to be human?
That's Third Rock from the Sun. Frasier is the one where the guy from Cheers shows up and he's a completely different person, kind of.
Does that disappoint you that they butchered his character? Bastardized him?
Nah, it's fine.
betrayed the canon of Cheers.
I mean, it's fine. Frasier was a popular sitcom from 1992 to 2004, in which Kelsey Grammer played Frasier Crane, a psychologist who was on the radio.
And he had a brother, Miles Prower.
Yeah, that's right, his brother, Miles Prower.
Did he blatantly break confidentiality by talking about his patients on the air?
Kinda, yeah.
How was that allowed?
Well, he would have call-ins for people and give them suggestions about how to fix their god-awful lives.
But did he have a god-awful life?
I mean, his life seemed pretty good. He he seemed to be able to afford a two-bedroom apartment in Seattle.
So wait, what's the conflict here?
Yeah, how many times a day did he smile and laugh on the show?
I mean, you gotta get into trouble, right? That's how a sitcom works. You get into a situation.
Well, yeah, the situation is that he has to live with his dad.
Whoa!
Because his dad's a retired police officer, and there's a culture difference between him and his snooty son.
Wow, living with your parents. What a completely unrealistic. Something we can never imagine.
No, none of us have ever lived with parents.
That's not a
ridiculous.
harsh economic reality that everyone listening to this podcast probably has to deal with.
But yeah, Frasier, Kelsey Grammer wants to bring Frasier back, but get this, everybody. He wants to do it with new characters in a new city. But with his character, Frasier, still hanging around, just so that it has a connection.
Oh. So no Frasier Jr. Frasier the Third.
I mean, Frasier did already have a kid in the show.
Is there a King Frasier in this new series?
Maybe he becomes
the legend.
Yeah, maybe he becomes the king. Like a king. He just
Maybe they're
takes over
searching
a town.
for his gold.
All right, let's get into this. What do we want from a Frasier reboot? What do you guys pitch me some ideas? I'm a network executive.
Okay, well, I know that it took place in like Seattle, right? So this takes place in the year 2050 after the North Cascadia fault line erupts.
Okay.
It completely sinks in the Pacific Northwest underwater.
All right.
Okay, so our protagonist will be a band of plucky scavengers hunting for the rumored text written by Frasier himself.
About the tossed salad and scrambled eggs.
Yes.
Oh wow.
I was thinking more like the psych stuff, but okay.
Is the title just going to be Frasier 2050?
Yes.
I actually could get into that. If that was the show.
Does Frasier appear, or how's this work?
He appears in hologram.
I think he would show up like at the end of the series.
Oh, I don't know.
There's
That's
only one of them.
I don't think Kelsey Grammer would go for that. He needs to be front and center, I think.
He needs that money.
Yeah. Keo, you got any reboot ideas?
Okay, so how about this? So you take Frasier and you give him a gun.
Whoa. All right, is that
Hold
it?
on. Yeah?
That's it. He has a gun.
Okay, that gave me an idea. What if we made this animated? So Frasier wouldn't have to do much acting. Well, Kelsey Grammer wouldn't have to do much physical acting.
But neither would Frasier.
Yeah. And then we could give him a gun because we could heighten the unreality.
I mean, we could also
get
just
away
have
with
Frasier with a gun. Like, you can give someone a prop gun.
Yeah, but it's easier to have him do flips in slow motion if it's animated.
I don't know. I kind of want to see, like, 50-something-year-old Kelsey. He's older than that, I think.
Okay, I'm wrong. It's actually probably cheaper to do live action.
I think I want to see, like, 60 going on 70-year-old Kelsey Grammer trying to do flip John Wick moves.
That's basically where 24 was at the end of its run.
I want to see him do some gun fu.
Can we get Kiefer Sutherland on this? He's not doing much right now.
What would he do?
He could be Frasier Jr.
That's not... The age difference does not work out.
Frasier would, like, profile terrorists with his psychology skills.
Oh, dang. A Frasier 24 crossover? I'm game.
Oh, man.
All right.
Oh, and Niles could be the mole.
Oh, dang.
He's the one giving... And then, like, at 12 hours in, Niles murders Frasier on behalf of the terrorist boss.
So the main character gets murdered halfway through the season.
No, Jack Bauer's the main character, obviously.
It's called Frasier, but Jack Bauer's just the main character.
Well, yeah, that's what we're gonna put on all the posters.
Wait,
Jack
so
Bauer with a gun.
So is it the Frasier theme song, but sung by Kiefer Sutherland?
Yes.
Toss salad and scrambled eggs.
He's a successful country singer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's how Kiefer Sutherland sings. I haven't listened to his work, but that's not true. I think I have as a joke.
I thought we did, yeah.
Yeah, that was something.
What a thing!
All right, here's my idea for a reboot. You guys ready for this? Frasier returns. No. Frasier returns to the city. The city of brotherly love. To solve a murder.
What? You mean Norm?
Well, that's Boston. I'm talking about Philadelphia. But all right, dead. Sure. He finds Norm Peterson from Cheers. He finds him dead and not in Boston. But only half of him. He's severed in half.
Oh, Jesus!
He has to go and track down the other half of him and find him.
Oh, God!
I can just see the trailer now. He sees his corpse and he's like, "Why did you leave Boston?"
Why did you leave Boston? Okay, does he find the
top half or the bottom half?
Which one's worse? I don't know.
The bottom half!
He finds the top half and he knows it's Norm because he's holding a beer mug.
I'm assuming this corpse is nude.
No, he's wearing a suit. No, he's not nude. This is network TV.
Oh, we're not going for HBO?
No, because NBC clearly wants to pick this back up. They held on the Frasier for 11 years, so.
Okay.
All right, I think that's.
We've got some good ideas, but how do we combine the three?
Oh man!
Wait, thinking. You mean being nude and NBC?
No, all three of our ideas, obviously.
I had 2 ideas, so that's gonna be a real problem.
All right, so clearly, this is telling.
You hijacked my idea.
No, this is telling the story of Frasier, the book Frasier writes, that they are looking for in the future.
Officer.
Yeah. And see, this is a Westworld scenario where what's happening is we're telling 2 alternate stories taking place in different time periods.
One of which takes place over a day, sort of like Dunkirk.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. It's like a Dunkirk with Frasier Crane.
Oh, can we have Nazis invading America as a, framing premise?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, why not? Sure.
That'll add the sense of crisis and urgency.
Isn't that what Jack Bauer should be fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got a pitch here. Listen, if any network executives are listening, we got 3 people right here ready and willing to write this Frasier reboot. Make it happen.
We can get 40 episodes out by the end of the week.
Okay. It's time for a segment that we're gonna love, that all of our viewers are gonna love. It's a regular feature on this podcast. Trailer Blazers. Hit the theme, Keo.
Keo's giving me Indian burns.
Yeah, okay, that was the theme, Swanson.
Oh, with the bit with Stare at the end? That's a good theme.
Yes.
All right, welcome to Trailer Blazers, where we talk about the hottest trailers on the market, and we predict what's going to happen via watching these trailers.
And the first trailer we watched was the Dragon Ball Super movie. Subtitle Broly.
We said we weren't going to discuss this.
Oh, but it's a big TV show. And it's getting a movie.
Okay, summarize in 10 seconds.
Broly's back, and he's stronger than ever, but also this is his first canon appearance.
10 seconds. All right, so what we actually...
Bulma has a nice spacesuit.
Okay. What we discussed this week, we watched 2 trailers. That's right. This is the first episode. We're getting you jam-packed with television news. So there were 2 trailers from Comic-Con that we discussed. This first one is a doozy. It's the trailer for Titans. Twitter's been a buzz about this trailer. Yeah, thoughts?
I haven't heard anything on Twitter about it, but this looks like a pile of garbage to me.
I feel like we need to go by beat. So you got the...
Yeah.
You know, the superhero, the Marvel Netflix thing of the guys in the office with the dark lighting.
Yeah.
Looks real menacing.
Why is Robin all by himself anyways?
He's lonely.
But he's got Batman.
No, he doesn't have Batman.
Why doesn't he have Batman?
He clearly doesn't have Batman.
Batman did something real bad to Robin, and now he doesn't like him anymore.
Well, is that what you think is going to happen?
This takes place in the DCU, so clearly he doesn't have Batman because of Batman being old or whatever.
Wait, this is part of the DCEU?
Yes.
The cinematic universe?
Yeah.
But none of the other DC TV shows are.
No.
That's confusing.
Well, this is to give some clarification, this is being made specifically for DC's streaming service. They're releasing their own streaming service because I guess they think that's going to be successful. I mean, all the power to them. I'm not going to subscribe. But this is the I can't even say it with a straight face. This is the show that they're launching the streaming service with.
Okay, so after you have Goth Girl. What was her name?
Raven.
Who just has Raven is
a bad dye job.
Trying to team up with Robin. We get like a montage of him practicing with his bladed shurikens
while shirtless, as you do.
And then it cuts to an alleyway with some goons with guns.
Yeah.
And Robin drops down, and they're like, "Where's Batman?"
Well,
and
no.
Like,
they're like, "Where's Batman?"
No, hold on. Hold on, you're missing the part where he sends a grappling hook like through a dude's chest. Pulls him into a police car, or pulls him into their car, crashes down into the car, and then like starts murdering a bunch of them. And then like one of them's like, "Where's Batman?" And
then he like CQCs a guy's gun and starts shooting people with them.
Yeah.
I mean, there was that scene in BVS where Batman breaks a dude's arm while he's firing a machine gun. But
no, the deaths were off screen.
I think they jumped out of the way anyways.
But yeah, these deaths are on screen and very much like happening. Because he breaks a man's neck. He steps on a man's neck.
He steps on him.
And all of the celery crunching sound effects happen.
You might as well just have his skull explode from the impact. It was so violent.
This show seems to have the impression that showing gratuitous violence is just automatically good or something.
Well,
also, Starfire only got 3 seconds of screen time.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a sec. This trailer starts by saying that it's for TVMA, which is always a great sign for Teen Titans.
Yeah. You don't want your kids watching the show about superhero kids.
I think my biggest problem with this, aside from so did you guys hear any of the lines that were said in the scene between Robin and Raven? Because they were.
I don't think so.
They were bad, right? The
I
writing
was mostly
bad.
Going, "Oh no," over and over.
Well, I mean,
I couldn't hear it because Dara was yelling at the trailer.
We watched it together. And the thing, you guys might not have heard the line, but near the end, Raven says, "There's a darkness inside me, and sometimes it feels good."
Didn't she also say there's a lot of people inside her or something?
Yeah, she said that too. We get a brief glimpse of Beast Boy too. Did you guys see the green guy?
Nope.
Yeah, that's Beast Boy. I can't wait for them to use his powers twice in the show and then come up with a reason for him to never use them again because they can't afford it.
They'll just get kill him off 30 seconds in.
Same with Starfire. I can't wait for them to not use her abilities. But yeah,
I can just make beast arms so I can punch people hard instead of using CG.
Why is Starfire wearing like a fur coat?
Yeah, I don't know why she looks like a Macklemore cosplayer. I mean, I don't know. This thing is all wrong. It looks like if you had told me this was a fan film, I would have believed you.
Also, don't name drop Batman if Batman's not going to show up.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Don't tell me Batman's around somewhere, but then like you're not going to worry about him.
When are we gonna get to the Batman factory?
Also, I looked at the wiki on this. Jason Todd is showing up in this. Why isn't he the one killing a bunch of people and not Dick Grayson?
That would make a lot more sense. Then you could have like him going like, "There's a rage inside me."
All right, so we've raged about this trailer, but based off of what we watched, where do you think this season of Titans is going?
Well, they're not going to have Deathstroke.
No, they can't.
He's in the movies.
They legally can't use him. Same with Cyborg.
Oh, right! Cyborg isn't in this. Oh, dear. I can't believe I forgot the black guy.
I think it's going to be a whole season of before Robin gets in the suit. We saw him in the suit in that trailer, and I don't think he wears it until the season finale.
We barely see the suit. It's so dark.
Yeah,
Robin's going to go off the edge and almost become a villain, but then he's going to get redeemed somehow.
It looks more like Nightwing, to be honest, than a Robin costume.
I mean, it's Dick Grayson, so it should be Nightwing, but...
Who could they even get for a villain? I mean, they can't do the Joker. Well, the Joker's way too big of a deal for the Teen Titans, I think.
Who's the Teen Titans villain that isn't Deathstroke? My DC knowledge is not as big as my Marvel knowledge, so...
I don't remember any, like, multi-episode guys from the show.
Oh, there's Raven's dad.
There was, like, that Beehive group.
Yeah, Raven's dad, the demon guy. There's no way they got him. Could you imagine if they had to cast Trigon, the demon lord? It'd just be a dude in a red suit.
Wait, Trigon?
His name is Trigon.
You mean, like, Trigun?
No, it's
Trigon.
Man, what if Fast the Stampede showed up?
There's no...
Oh, man, Robin's gonna fight knives.
Fuck knives. I think based off of this, what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of talking without them wearing suits. Maybe they're dealing with a power outage, and that's why everything's so dark.
What city do you think this is going to take place in?
Random town, USA.
Oh, I thought... Okay.
Wherever... I don't know. What do the Titans city take place in?
I think it's, like, the West Coast.
I think it's Titan City.
Sure. I mean, why not?
Are they going to have the Titan building?
No.
The massive T-shaped building?
I mean, that'd be hilarious if they did for this super serious show.
Yeah, they're really not going to do that.
Who would be some of your favorite comic book characters to see show up in this?
Well, they got to be teens.
Yeah, what radical teens do you want to see in this?
Spider-Man.
Jerry McGinnis.
I want to see a teen with like a skateboard that comes out of their feet.
Static Shock.
Oh, they could actually do.
They could. Yeah, and they could do Batman Beyond. Just have like a time portal open up.
Okay, sure.
Why not? It's a comic book show.
All right, here's my final prediction for this. This show, straight in the garbage. That's where it's going. I'm kidding. We'll probably end up watching it.
Oh no. Okay, but what's going to happen at the season finale? Is it going to be Robin putting on the suit and fighting some guys?
No, I think what it's going to be is a whole season of leading up to him wearing the Nightwing suit, and we're going to be like, oh boy, he's becoming Nightwing.
I think Robin's going to get in a car, and the car is going to explode. And it's going to damage his programming. So he thinks all people are criminals.
That's a bit too interesting.
It's also a bit too insider reference. All right, so we watched another trailer because we did jam pack this. It was much longer than the other one.
It was a bit of an overreach.
It was the season 9 trailer for The Walking Dead, everyone's favorite zombie television show. It's been on for 9 years. Everybody, just take a minute, think about that. This zombie television show has been on for 9 years.
As many as The Simpsons was before it stopped airing.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah, but it never aired again. Wow.
What an untimely early demise for that television program.
Yeah, if only. Imagine what season 10 could have been like. Anyway, season 9 is clearly aging some of the cast members because Andrew Lincoln, who plays Rick, is leaving the show. And this trailer doesn't really mention that at all, I guess. It doesn't really bring attention to the fact that he's probably going to get murdered.
Wait, I thought Norman Reedus played Rick.
No, he plays Daryl.
Oh, okay.
Have you been thinking the wrong person was Rick this entire time?
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad, because I know you've watched at least one episode of this show.
I watched the entire first season.
That's.
And I was like, wow, this is a downward trajectory. I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get much better. I mean, I know there are fans of the show, lots of them. I don't know.
Yeah, now get out of here with that garbage.
Anyway, this trailer, there's zombies happened.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have tried to count all the zombies.
I mean,
There were a lot more than I was expecting.
I lost count of the number of zombies.
There was at least 50 zombies in that trailer.
I would, yeah, it would probably be like 55-ish.
So 50 zombies. There's like 5 minutes of this trailer. This trailer's almost 6 minutes long. So
I've actually got a formula here. So 5-minute trailer, 55 zombies. Okay, we're gonna plug in 7.34 for delta. All right, there's gonna be 493 zombies in the entire season.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
logically speaking, yeah, that tracks.
I mean, you'd have like 2 big action scenes, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple.
All right,
4
someone
ones with zombies.
Someone at home listening to this,
Write that down.
write that down. If you watch The Walking Dead, please count the zombies in each episode until the mid-season break, and tell us what it's. Or actually, I guess you said the whole season. So yeah, tell us. Keep track of this for us, because I mean, none of us.
This is important. This is science.
We can't be asked.
But yeah, this trailer has a lot of bump going on, just a lot of womp bump.
I'm
Yes,
glad the
it's like
Katana lady is still there.
Someone says something slightly dramatic. Bump, bump.
Yeah, it's like Rick goes, "There's gonna be zombies," and they're like, "Bump, bump, bump."
Dun dun.
My prediction is my prediction is that Rick's gonna die probably horribly, and it'll make you
I think
depressed.
he's gonna die of old age.
He does look real old in this, but not that old.
I mean, he could have a heart attack in his sleep.
Yeah. Oh, his son. I should mention the reason you don't see Carl in this. He died last season.
Oh, did Negan?
No, he got
Negan.
killed by a zombie.
Of course, it's always the zombies that get you.
Yeah, for some reason Negan didn't get killed because Rick's trying to build civilization, and the best way to build civilization is install prisons.
Why is his name Negan? It sounds like he's a guy from Cleopatra 2525.
I don't know if Negan's his first or last name. Someone can at me and tell me.
I don't know if I'm allowed to name down.
Wouldn't you give someone like Negan the death penalty even in civilized place?
Yes.
I think especially in civilized place.
Yes. Yeah. Someone who is that sadistic should be murdered. It's amazing to me that Rick and all of his friends have killed people for less than what Negan did to them, and he's just like, "No, we're gonna save you because you're a popular character."
Well, they need to replace Rick with someone.
Oh my god.
Is that your prediction, Stairmaster?
Yes.
I'm the main character now. Check out my bat.
Either that or they'll replace him with the guy who looks like Carver from The Wire.
My idea was that he's not getting replaced and that they're going to have Daryl become the main character. And then ratings will slowly decline. And the show will be canceled.
They'll bring back John Barenthal.
I mean, I'd be cool to see Norman Reedus try and lead a show. I just don't think he can do it. Oh, hey, hold on. I think I got an idea. Get ready for this, guys, okay? It's not in the trailer, but maybe they're just hiding it from us. Okay? You guys ready?
Oh, man, I think I know what you're going to say.
All right. Rick dies and then gets reborn as a baby inside of Norman Reedus. Norman Reedus coughs him up. Death Stranding and Walking Dead are connected.
Oh, no, I was thinking about Frasier.
Okay, let's hear your theory on this.
Oh, that they would run into a rival settlement led by Frasier Crane.
Okay, I'm in
Maybe
on
Niles.
I'm in on this.
And he has a skeleton of Niles that he talks to.
No, yeah, he has a zombie slave of Niles that he keeps around.
Oh, that's too sad. Make his dad the zombie.
His dad's dead.
Yeah.
No, the guy
just
who
like
plays
zombies.
his dad.
Oh, well, we could get a look-alike for a zombie.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You don't want to pay that guy that much. You don't want to pay a dead guy that much money.
Wait, were you suggesting they reanimate his corpse?
Yeah, I was suggesting they put stilts, they put wires on him and
Weekend at Bernie's it?
yeah.
I'd buy it.
Anyway,
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, the trailer has a lot of people talking about stuff, and occasionally
It's very dramatic. A lot of interpersonal drama.
It looks like there's some rival settlements, and they're not happy at each other.
Yeah.
There's some gun pointing.
And it seems like there's some discontent between the original group. What if Daryl kills Rick?
What if Negan kills Rick?
I mean, that would serve him right for letting the stupid idiot live. This show looks to be continually. I guess it's slightly. This trailer makes it seem slightly less miserable, right? It doesn't seem super miserable in the trailer.
It just seems more dramatic than miserable, really.
Yeah. Yeah. What if Daryl kills Rick?
I don't remember. Do people still like Daryl? He was kind of a bad boy the last time I saw him, season 1.
I mean, I guess people still like him. He's popular enough
Wait.
to have not been murdered yet, so
What happened to Daryl's brother who lost his arm?
he got killed.
Oh,
If you're wondering
there
what
was a-
happened to someone on the show who you didn't see in that trailer, they got killed. I think what we're gonna get a lot of in this season is the love affair, the mutual brotherly love between Rick and Daryl. Because you saw that shot of them riding on a motorcycle together.
Oh, yeah.
That's some romantic comedy bullshit.
Are they gonna kiss?
I think they're gonna kiss as Rick dies, and then Rick's gonna bite his face off.
I think Daryl's going to hold Rick's hand while the sun rises on them, and
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the guy's name who did the music for Heat.
Oh.
Sorry, I botched the reference.
These are some bold predictions.
Michael Giannico?
You know, that's probably it.
I don't know. That's the guy who does the music for J.J. Abrams films.
I think it was like Yanni.
Yanni, the
No, wait, no.
Yanni, the producer for the soundtrack for Heat.
Oh,
The two best
that's
Yanni
even a-
albums, Live at the Acropolis and Heat. The soundtrack to Heat. You sure it wasn't Sting?
Oh, it was Brian Eno.
Oh, Old Sourpuss, yeah.
Oh, and it was Moby. It was Moby who was doing the song at the end.
Okay, I believe you. Any final predictions for the season of the show?
Someone's gonna get a jetpack.
Whoa. Is it a zombie? Or do they become a zombie and then it's
Oh,
a zombie with a
shit.
jetpack?
That'd be the worst possible outcome.
That's scary. That's actually legitimately terrifying.
Yeah.
A zombie with a jetpack? That changes the game.
I think one of the settlements is going to have a guy get a gyrocopter and fly over Rick's settlement and drop bombs on it.
Whoa. That'd actually be kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, they don't have the money for that.
Yeah. No, they would imply,
Also, there
they'll
was
imply that bombs have been dropped, and then they'll just show you the aftermath.
There was a helicopter in the trailer that's definitely gonna explode.
Oh, yeah, that maybe Rick's in the helicopter, and he's trying to get people to safety.
He's flying over the sea of Japan.
Yes. And what happens is they're doing a surgery on someone who got bit by a zombie, and Daryl's doing the surgery for some reason, and they walk in, and Michonne, the lady with the sword, has to give him the bad news.
Isn't she mute?
No, she's not mute.
The lady with the sword?
Nope. She speaks.
Oh.
She's also dating Rick. I don't know if that got brought up.
Well, in the post-apocalypse, your dating options aren't that good.
Yeah, so I guess you gotta choose the bland white guy or the other bland white guy.
Or you could date that cool Asian guy.
No, he's dead. We watched him die.
No. I mean the one in the trailer.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he seems to be getting
The
some
one-
action though. Didn't he kiss someone?
Oh no, monogamy.
Yeah, they don't really examine the idea that like
Yeah, I think polygamy would come back with such a
fervor.
need to...
I mean, I'm being honest with you guys right now. An apocalypse happens, I'm immediately becoming polygamous.
You got to get that nut off as much as possible.
Who knows whenever you're going to get the next chance?
You're like the tadpoles trying to make it to the lake.
All right, now that we've gone through this well, let's take a quick break, and we'll come back and talk about the show we're discussing this week. Who is Sacha Baron Cohen's new show? Who is America?
Oh,
Let's take a break. Ah, boy, guys, are you ready? Are you excited for this sponsor we got tonight?
I can't. My facial hair is severely lacking.
Well, worry no longer, because with our sponsor, Mr. Michael's Magic Mustache Mousse, your facial hair will be brand new.
Wow.
It'll be like you grew a whole new beard.
You got mousse?
Yeah, it's Mr. Michael's Magic Mustache Mousse.
Can I put it just like under my nose?
Let me see
On
that.
that part? And nowhere else?
Keo, what are you doing? This is the only bottle we have, Keo. I would...
Keo? That's not where you put it.
No, Keo, no, don't... Keo, you don't...
Oh,
It's not for eating. It specifically says mustache in the title.
It's just a name. Like Lucky
Keo.
Charms is a cereal, but you don't think it's like magical for real. It's just a name. This is some good moves.
Keo, it specifically says do not eat on the bottle.
warning. Can cause stomach hair.
Yeah, well, that's just decoration. You should taste this. It's pretty good.
Wait, do they mean stomach hair on the inside or the outside? Does it specify?
I would have to be the inside.
Oh, Keo,
that's
that
just
sounds,
a joke.
that sounds bad.
Hair can't grow in your stomach.
Oh, I don't think they mean like the stomach organ. I think they just mean your tummy.
Okay, well, Keo,
You guys better get in this. This is going to run out.
Just try to keep it down, Keo.
What?
Mr. Michael's Magic Mustache Mousse gives you a full, rich-bodied texture with... I can't look at you. Keo, turn away. Turn away.
Oh, you got it all over your lips.
God, you just
Oh,
smell
let me
Like
lick
a
it
bear
off.
You're like a bear in a picnic basket.
It's
or
gross.
something.
You're like a dog with peanut butter.
This does taste kind of like peanut butter.
Can I use the Michael's Magic Noose on other parts of my body?
Mr. Michael's Magic Mustache Mousse only works on your face. Don't put it anywhere else.
Oh.
Well, my mouth is part of my face, so...
I think the part where you keep swallowing it isn't. Though.
Hey, Keo, what's that on your teeth? It looks like hair.
This is not a hair growth... Oh, my God.
Mr. Michael's Magic Mustache Mousse. Try it today.
Oh, God, cut it. We gotta go to the hospital.
And we're back. I'm sure that was a great ad. All right, guys.
It
Hold on. I
definitely
missed a
was.
spot. I missed a spot, Keo.
All right. So, this week, we're discussing... we watched the first 2 episodes of Sacha Baron Cohen's new show. For those not in the know, Sacha Baron Cohen, of course, known for that popular film Bruno, and nothing
I've never
else.
seen it.
Just Bruno.
Sacha Baron Cohen also did Borat, which let's not talk about. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a minute to get through all your Borat rep jokes before we do we talk about the rest of this. So,
My wife.
Very nice. I think that's all we got.
all right, I think that's a good transition. All right, so Who is America is his new show where he plays 4 different characters and tries to explore the diverse individuals in our unique nation of America. Okay, so
we start off strong with Bernie Sanders.
Yeah,
the Sandman.
the first character that Baron Cohen introduces us to is Billy Wayne Ruddock Jr., who is a far-right conspiracy theorist. Although that's not what he says. He works for a website that he calls truthbrary.org. Because
library,
Yeah.
truthbrary.
Yeah, he interviews Bernie Sanders and just completely befuddles him. It's a pretty strong opening.
I've never seen Bernie get so upset.
I appreciate Bernie Sanders not immediately murdering this man for
Please.
just trying to
protect
Peepaw. Trying to break his brain.
Just the look of pure befuddlement on his face was amazing.
Yeah, Bernie was trying to acknowledge, give this man some knowledge or educate him, educate him in some way, and it just wasn't working.
Oh, that's because he wasn't a real man.
What does that mean?
He was just some kind of flesh golem.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. This next character is probably the most hit and miss, I think, of the 2 episodes we watched. Dr. Nira Kane Nidgisello? Sure.
Nidgiselopoulos.
And he went to sit down with these two, with a Republican delegate who casted her vote for Trump in the 2016 Republican National Convention, and her husband. And the conversation...
Who's also a Republican.
Yeah.
A staunch Republican.
And it's a weird... The conversation goes to some weird places, but I think the most weird thing about this is how game they are to have these conversations about, menstrual cups, using the same menstrual
bleeding
cup.
on the American flag.
Bleeding on the American flag. Having sex
and turning it into the Chinese flag.
Yeah, having sex with a what was it? Dolphin.
A cephalopod.
Yeah. They're really game the entire time to just have these conversations.
It's kind of disconcerting.
The husband seemed really threatened by the idea of a dolphin going after someone's wife.
Yeah, I feel
how could you compete with an ocean mammal?
Yeah.
Well, they got prehensile dicks, and they come with the force of a shotgun.
Jeez, now I want to have sex with a dolphin. Thanks, Stare.
I think that last one might be an exaggeration, but I'm not sure.
If they come with the force of a shotgun, they're killing a human being.
Maybe they hold it in a little bit when they're...
Is there a better way to die?
I mean, you could fuck a person who comes with the force of a shotgun.
Yeah, Superman.
I'm not talking about the dolphin part. I'm just talking about the force of the shotgun part.
What?
I mean, it would probably... I don't think that'd be an instantaneous death. I think your organs would get ruptured and you'd bleed out.
Worth it.
Okay.
Yeah, this segment, I don't know. I just don't think this character works as well as the other ones.
It was just really uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, at least not in here. I think he works better in the second episode a little bit. Actually, he definitely works better in the second episode.
I think this was just leftover material they had.
Yeah, I think they needed, because each episode has to have 4 of these 5 characters that he plays. So I think they needed to have the 4th one, and then he was left over. So then we get is the one after this is the artist, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The prison boy. Who maybe is British, maybe not.
Yeah, he has a distinct either accent or just general lisp. It's hard to tell.
I mean, he does clearly have some severe neck injuries.
Yeah, that's true. That's not explained, is it?
I assume he got it in prison. I don't know. He does mention a lot of bad stuff happening to him.
Yeah.
In the sketch.
He's an ex-convict who's an artist who uses, as we learn, his bodily fluids for artwork.
All of them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, technically. And he
goes
to
this art gallery.
Technically, literally.
Okay.
Yeah, he goes to this art gallery to try and convince this woman to sell his artwork. We never hear if he actually sold the artwork, but he does convince this lady of a couple things.
Yeah, which makes me think she did try to sell the artwork.
So he's trying to sell the artwork, and she's very into it, I guess. She seems pretty...
Well, I mean, it is good artwork, considering what he would ostensibly use to create it.
It's pretty basic stuff, but yeah.
But, I mean, he used shit to paint it. I don't think that's not very cooperative, I don't think.
It's true. I guess it is pretty good when you consider the canvas that he was working on, which is shit and cum.
Yeah, and I mean, with shit, the consistency is going to be all over the place.
It's true. You never
from one day to the next.
You never know what you're getting. I mean, he could also just purposely eat stuff that would make things different.
But he's in prison, so you wouldn't really have very many opportunities.
Not anymore.
Yeah, he leaves midway through the interview or whatever to go make some art.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does a portrait of the lady.
Okay, Kio, Stair, what are your opinions on this lady? Because I think she's kind of insufferable.
I think she's kind of insane.
Okay.
Considering what happens at the end of the sketch.
I don't know if I really want to say that she's insane.
She had this line where she was trying to sound all artistic, but it was like she said, "What a wonderful juxtaposition, contradiction, blah blah blah," and it was just like this woman's like something's not right here.
I mean, she's sort of right, but she's not right. You feel me? Like if a guy actually did do an amazing portrait of someone with their shit in prison. Like, I could see that being in a gallery.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that, like, anything's wrong.
But I think she's way too,
I think she's trying to be as non-judgmental as possible to the detriment of, like...
her credibility.
I guess? Because she does... The skit ends with, like...
her giving him a pubic hair for his brush.
More than one. He has a brush that he's making that's from people's pubic hair. He claims it's from artists.
Such as Banksy.
He says Banksy gave him one. He named drops a couple other artists. And
she volunteers to give him one too. He didn't ask.
It's true. That's the thing that's the most mind-boggling, I think. And she plucks it on camera. Which is, yeah. And
did she even notice that she was on the show?
I would assume so, otherwise her face would be blurred. Yeah, that's not the most egregious thing, though. The most wild thing is saved for last, which is, I think this is probably the best character, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron Murad, the Israeli anti-terrorist expert, former agent of Mossad, not Mossad, who is introduced saying that he believes that the NRA is planning to arm school teachers isn't enough. He wants to arm children with his program called Kindergardians. And he talks to a bunch of conservatives, but the main one, the one that stands out the most, is Philip Van Cleve, who's a gun rights advocate and a guy that he manages to get. Oh my God, Kio, can you explain this to me, Kio?
Okay, he actually manages to get him to make several promotional videos about how to arm children with cutesy guns and children's songs.
Yeah.
And instructions.
Yeah, he gives them instructions on how to, like, feed the gun and use the gun, and, like, the guy is totally game for it.
He called the clip a lunchbox.
He also
said he was putting into the puppy's tummy.
He also calls the...
That's not how eating works.
There's one called the Uzi corn, which he says is a fun toy for the girls.
Also, they literally advertise a full-on squad automatic machine gun.
Yeah.
With a tripod and belt.
It's baffling, and I think the most baffling thing is the thing that is... let's talk about the rest of the episode, and then I'll talk about his response to being on the show. So he talks to other people, like...
congressmen.
Numerous. Joe Walsh is there, because of course he is. And he gets a promotional video from all of them about arming children to prevent school shootings.
I mean, they just read the script.
Yeah. And only one of them is like, I don't think you're going to get many people who are going to be able to fall for this without any explanation. And then smash cut to a bunch of people that he got to fall for this without any explanation.
You know, we just narrowly avoided Trump learning about this.
Well, he probably...
pushing...
Yeah.
He probably knows now, but... We could have had him tweeting about how we need to do this and shifting the Overton window off the cliff.
Yeah, I'm glad that we at least got whatever this is. But it's... Boy, it's a way to end an episode. The character itself...
It seemed like a parody clip. It was just like so absurd and over the top that there was just no way. But apparently it was real.
Yeah. Yeah, because Philip Van Cleave, who I mentioned, I need to mention that he also explicitly says that children can be very effective soldiers at one point.
He goes in like the full bio-truths, and it's clear that he's been fed some stuff by Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah, he's definitely reading lines.
He uses neuroreceptors named after famous artists like Blink-182 and Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, he was just reading whatever was on the prompter.
Yeah, no, that wasn't Philip Van Cleave. That was one of the other guys where he's reading stuff about Cardi B and like Blink 182 syndrome or something.
Yeah, did you know that children view the world in slow motion, just like owls?
They're like super killers or something, according to this.
They don't have a developed sense of empathy.
All right, so I'm gonna read these paragraphs and let you guys sort of just breathe it in. So.
All right, give us a theme song, Keo.
No, it's not
another one.
No. Van Cleave describes the show's creators as using psychological manipulation as well as lies and tricks to put their victims into comedic situations that subject them to public shame, embarrassment, and ridicule. How these tricks led a man to singing a nursery rhyme song that teaches toddlers how to take down terrorists in a gunfight. Aim at the head, shoulders, not the toes, is what he's saying. Is anyone's guess. Van Cleave describes how he started to suspect the show wasn't entirely legitimate when told about an Israeli child who emerged victorious in a firefight, noting that 4-year-olds can hold a gun and fire it with supervision, but not take on terrorists, and especially manage to shoot and kill 2 of them.
So wait, if it would only been one terrorist?
Maybe he would have believed it, yeah.
He would have just been in the gray zone?
Yeah. Well, he was worried that he may be filming a mockumentary by someone like Michael Moore.
Does Michael Moore even do things anymore?
Yeah, he does. He still decided to do it anyway. And in the end, we played each other, and I confirmed what I feared this was all about.
Guns.
Yeah, why didn't he just leave?
What did he accomplish?
No, you see, he owned Sacha Baron Cohen by looking like a complete idiot on television. It's fine. The guy still has his position, so it's not like it matters to him. The person who doesn't have their position is the person who opens our second episode, but we'll get to that in a sec. What did you guys' thoughts on that first episode, all together?
I'm terrified.
Yeah.
The part with the couple, the Republican couple, was the weakest part, but the rest was ranging from amusing to just shocking.
Yeah, I was going into the show. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be Sacha Baron Cohen being like tricking a bunch of politicians into saying stupid shit like everybody, like I've seen a million times."
Yeah, like political jackass.
Yeah, but it's not. It's kind of that, but it's not, right? Like it plays it differently than I thought it was going to play it, which is just letting these people.
What was the point of Bernie being there? Leave Peepaw alone. He's tired.
Okay, Stair.
He needs to prepare for the class war.
The thing is that, like, I don't know. It's a lot of just letting these people show what they believe, irregardless, and like.
And it's terrifying.
Yeah, it's just. I don't know.
Some of these people have no moral core whatsoever.
That's the last one, but
they
like,
do have a moral core.
What would you say?
It's completely eldritch.
It's the last one, but what would you say the artist thing is doing?
That's just like the nobility of America. the nobles, the aristocrats.
Are you saying? Yeah,
I think
that's kind of truth though, because the lady makes that really lame joke when he says that he's in prison. He's been in prison for 21 years because he's clearly uncomfortable at the fact of like dealing with someone.
Yeah, she's never had to deal with anything. Any sort of hardship in her life. I don't think.
I honestly wasn't expecting to on the first episode deal with a show that is tackling stuff that's actually kind of interesting.
I also didn't expect to see a woman giving out pubic hairs.
I didn't expect it to be happening in the same show. Like, I didn't expect to have to grapple with like privileges and also see a lady give someone her pubic hairs in the same show.
Guess what, Swanson? Everything in our country has to do with class stratification and the conflict for resources.
All right, Stair, this is a television podcast. Let's get on to the next episode. Unless you guys have further comments on the first one. All right. The second episode opens hot. We get more Aaron Murad, who, like I said, strongest character. He's such a parody. It works so well, and people immediately fall for him because like the way he walks just is ridiculous. He has the widest stance that he can possibly have.
Shout out to him dressing.
He just has his legs just all the way open.
Yeah.
Shout out to him dressing up like a bush in that one.
Oh yeah. And also the face makeup on him is really good. Like they give him like a fake like cleft chin and like
a fucked up eyebrow.
Yeah, and the messed up eyebrow. Anyway, he speaks with Jason Spencer, formerly a state representative from Georgia, on how to detect and repel terrorists, and it goes some places.
He told him to shout a word.
It goes some
everyone's
places.
Attention. Could you say that word for us, Swanson?
No. Before we get there,
I think the people listening to this podcast would like to know what that word is.
Okay, why don't you say it, Stair?
Do not say it, Stair.
There's a gun trained on you if you say it.
I can't do it!
Yeah, it's the N-word.
Yeah, he says he gets him to scream the
Negan
N-word.
from Walking Dead.
He gets him to scream Negan. But before that, he gets this guy to confirm a couple of things real quick, which is
also there's the selfie stick ploy.
Yeah, but like he gets
Stratagem.
This. I'm baffled by this guy. He doesn't ask questions ever. He just goes for it.
He doesn't question anything.
This guy, like,
the public.
I don't know if it has to have. I feel like I'm with Keo, where I'm like baffled that like things weren't edited in a way.
There has to have been some editing done to that.
There has to be a moment where someone asked, like, "What is this?"
No, I think that people like him just go along with authority figures and don't question them.
I mean, I feel like that's also true. I don't know, like, anyway, he teaches them a selfie stick trick, which is to find terrorists who are disguising themselves as women in disguise, in burqas.
By pretending to be Chinese.
Yes, because Chinese tourists are always using selfie sticks. And what you do is
how's he supposed to pretend to be Chinese if he doesn't look Chinese?
That's never questioned. That's just what you're supposed to do.
And his way of being Chinese is just to spout gibberish and then say random Japanese and or Chinese cities.
Also Red Dragon.
Yeah.
In English.
Which is, I guess, he just really liked that movie. I don't know.
Maybe he's the Zodiac.
Oh, I wish. Yeah, I mean, he puts... So the thing is blatantly weird because he has to get a selfie of an upskirt, pretty much.
Of a person who may or may not be wearing a suicide vest and could blow up at any moment.
Right, and there's a moment where he shows him a picture of, like, this is a lady, clearly, because because they're wearing underwear. This is a lady. This is a man, and it's just a penis with, like, a gun. Like, a person has a gun, like, on their arm, and the guy immediately points out the gun.
Glock 45.
And Sacha Baron Cohen is clearly trying to get him to acknowledge the penis.
He refuses to.
Yeah.
The gun is good. The penis is evil.
I just like the idea that terrorists are walking around just not wearing any underwear, but they have a gun holster right next to their junk.
I mean, if you were... Wouldn't you?
Wow.
I guess that's a good point, Stair.
That's deep. Let's think about that.
I would definitely go free balling if I was going to blow myself up.
Then, we mentioned that the doctor guy was the worst character, but I'm not sure if it's him or the Italian guy. What he gets is funny. I'll give him that.
This is the most upsetting, I think.
But he doesn't seem that much like a character, outside of just being like a person that can get celebrities on the show, I guess. But he gets a lady from The Bachelor, Corinne Olympios. He convinces her to talk about being in Africa, helping those affected with Ebola, despite having not done that, and in fact agreeing to have her be photoshopped into a photo so that it will appear that like they're getting good people to do these relief efforts.
And then they have her sip down her shirt to show off a little cleavage.
Yeah, and that's the picture they choose to use.
Not only cleavage, but like a bikini top or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean...
Well, that's the next part where he gets her to advocate again for child soldiers.
Yeah, what we find out later in the show is that he got her to, on camera, endorse a program that's very obviously child soldiers.
And by very obviously, I mean they say child soldiers multiple times and talk about arming them with grenades.
And, like, sponsoring child soldiers. It's...
Like, the problem is that they weren't adequately trained, but with your payment, now they'll kill really efficiently.
So, yeah, she gets fooled into doing... Not even fooled. I can't say she got fooled.
Just convinced.
Just convinced to do it.
It's a lie. In fact, she tries to make sure the lie is as realistic as possible.
Yeah, she asked him at one point, aren't they going to not believe me if I say that? So she got interviewed about her appearance on the show's second episode, and she said, it was a little scary, I'm not going to lie. This is what he does. Everyone knows he's a jokester. He's a political jokester. He's funny. He's a very well-known name, and you've got to ride with it. YOLO.
I know, Christian.
That is such a bad way to save face.
That's the worst way to save face for advocating child soldiers. Anyway, back to Jason Spencer. He gets convinced that another way to repel terrorists is
that they believe that if a man's butt touches them, that they're gay. So to ward off a terrorist, you have to pull your pants down and attack them with it.
We get to see his butt, unfortunately, and not great. It's not a great butt.
Not at all.
In terms of butts I've seen, 1 out of 10.
I would give it a 0.
It's the worst butt you've ever seen.
No, that's mathematically impossible, Keo.
The worst butt you've ever seen? Is that what you're saying, Stairmaster?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, I guess we do have to compare it to Goatsy.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean.
Well, you can't... that's not really a fair comparison because... see a lot more with that image there, Stair.
I think Goatsy's a bit... I don't know. I think this is a bit more upsetting than Goatsy. Because at this point, we're all... Goatsy's kind of taken on like some cultural significance in our lives.
Question, Stairmaster. Are Goatsy and Banksy related?
Oh.
And for any of you viewers out there who don't know what Goatsy is, do not look it up.
Yeah, please don't.
That's what the wedding ring is.
Okay.
He's married to Banksy.
But in addition to, he has him run into him with his butt.
And he's got, like, boxing pads.
Yeah, well, he's shouting, like, America First and all that stuff. He also, earlier, gets him to shout the N-word. Just full game. This is what I'm talking about. He doesn't, like
0 to 60 in 5 seconds.
He's immediately shouting it. The moment he says what you gotta do is yell the N-word. He's game.
He's a fucking sports car of shouting the N-word.
He savored saying that. Absolutely.
Yeah, finally, this is my time to shine.
You know the worst part? He uses a hard R. Clearly the worst part
and
of
later
this.
when he's shouting motherfucker, he stutters.
Yeah, he stops himself almost from saying motherfucker, but he just digs right into the N-word. Like it's a tasty piece of cake. So we get back to Billy Wayne Ruddock, who I think this is one of my favorite. This is definitely better than the Bernie interview because Ted Koppel is just having none of this shit. He sits down with Ted Koppel to discuss the difference between attendance in Obama's inauguration and Trump's. And he shows him a picture of, is it Trump's inauguration?
Yes.
Where there's clearly a bunch of people and they're staying till late at night because someone's holding a sign that says 11:59 p.m.
No, it's like one of those construction signs with the LED clock.
Yeah, and he says, and Ted Koppel's like, what's this? It's just clearly someone put up a sign that says 11:59. It's daylight.
That's the official White House clock.
Yeah, he tries to say that like it's a solar eclipse. And then he shows him a picture of Obama's inauguration, and then says if you zoom it into 38%,
like 34 times.
39
times.
Yes.
He says you'll clearly see that they're dummies. And
Ted, he just immediately just closed the lid on the.
God bless.
I don't know.
God bless Ted Koppel.
If I was Ted Koppel, I'd be kind of impressed.
I mean, he had the right reaction. He just closed it and
Yeah,
said he's
right.
done.
Okay. Do you think they edited it so it was fast, or do you think he actually closed it that fast?
I think he closed it
he
that
did close
fast.
it that
I
fast.
think he closed it that fast.
They probably had to slow it down some.
We get back to Murad, who has a sit-down interview with Dick Cheney that is both horrifying and... It's horrifying because I can't tell if he's in on the joke or not.
I think this is all part of Dick Cheney's plan.
But he's sitting...
Dick Cheney's behind the show. This was his hint.
No.
He's sitting down with Dick
The
Cheney.
show's just
And he has a talk with him about waterboarding. I mean,
and he keeps
yeah.
shout outs to him constantly bringing up the fact his name is Dick.
Yeah, he says at one point that they wanted to see him become president because they wanted to get rid of the bush and see the dick.
See more Dick.
See more dick. He asked him if his wife...
And he asked him...
Yeah.
Asked if his wife wanted to see more dick.
Yeah.
He had to know at least that was a joke.
I mean, I think he figured it out when he said, can I get a dick pic? And then, can I send you the dick pic? But there's a lot of dick jokes going on, but mostly it's about his terrorist techniques.
Also shooting a guy in the face.
Yeah, he tries to get him to nig on the popular story of him shooting a man in the face on accident.
He wanted him to admit to murder.
Man, can you... We had a vice president who shot a guy in the face with a shotgun.
Yeah.
By accident while quail hunting.
It's fine. It's all good.
What does our vice president do besides have sex with horses?
I think that's enough.
That's a pretty full agenda.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's horses that come with the force of shotguns.
Of course, horse... that makes more sense.
I don't know. I think like a horse and a dolphin are basically the same size if you take out the horse's legs.
Mother, I'm ready for the horse cock. So, yeah.
I don't want to talk about horses anymore.
Trump hands 2020.
Pence.
Don't look that up.
Pence horse 2020. I want to mention that he doesn't get Dick Cheney to admit to murder, but he does pretty much get Dick Cheney to admit that they committed torture on people.
We tortured some folks. That's my Obama.
That's good. It was like he was in the room.
Thank you. Hello, Swanson.
Whoa.
I'm happy to be on your podcast.
Dang, this is a huge get, guys.
Let me be clear. This podcast covers a lot of television programs.
And I need $500,000 For my speaking fees.
Oh no, we don't have that, sir.
I will be flying off now.
Keo ate all of our mustache mousse, so we don't. Oh, he flew away with his.
Wow. Like a propeller came out of his head, and then once he was sufficiently high, the propeller rotated and became like a plane prop.
Oh, good.
And he speeded away.
Oh, I didn't see that. Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, we were looking out the window.
Yeah, sorry for looking at my phone this entire time. I know it's a little rude.
Yeah, you were tweeting about how Barack Obama was in our studio.
That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, you tried to get a picture. I think what you did was you spooked him by trying to get a picture of him.
I think not having money spooked him.
Well, I mean, that's true.
Maybe it was a combination of the two.
That's true for most centrists.
Presidents are complicated, okay?
So yeah, he does get Dick Cheney the water to sign his waterboarding kit to close out that segment.
Which is just a water gallon jug and a towel.
And Dick Cheney seems amused by this. Says it's worth money.
Yeah.
I think he's in on it, but he's already won at this point, so...
Yeah, what's the matter to him? You know, he can die knowing that he made the world a worse place.
How do you think he got his heart transplant? Do you think he actually just had someone killed and took their heart?
Yeah, for sure. I think he actually.
I think it's a robot heart.
I think he keeps having to get heart transplants because it like wears out in a year. Just so much like demonic energy is coming through him that it's like draining his heart. It's draining out his heart, and he has to like get a new one.
Yeah.
He had a robo heart, but then he got a human heart.
To feel.
A brand new one from an anonymous donor.
Wait, sorry, what, Stairmaster?
Maybe that's what happened to Anthony Bourdain.
Okay.
He was shit-talking the Clintons, so the Clintons gave him up to Cheney.
Another heart for his heart collection.
Stair, be careful. I think you're starting a conspiracy here.
I'm going to turn up dead now.
Or you're going to be all over Twitter.
Oh, man. Hashtag
Bourdaingate. All right.
Okay, here's a parting question. Do you think shows like this can affect positive political change?
Well, we're not done with the show yet.
Oh, shit.
We have the last... I don't know how you forgot the last segment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, that is a good question, though. Let's save that for the end, because I think that's actually very important to save after this last segment, which is... I think it's the most cringe-inducing one, right? Like, I thought the last segment of the first episode was cringe-inducing, but...
I think it was fun, but...
You thought it was fun?
Yeah, I had no sympathy for those people.
I didn't have sympathy for those people, but those people exist in numbers.
Yeah.
Like, how hard do you think they were cherry-picked is the question.
That's the question, right? Is like... Because that's clearly not the whole town.
I think they just picked the ones without weapons.
But that would make them less horrible.
That's clearly a portion of the town.
You'd figure.
And I think, Keo, you bring a point that's like the point of like the larger show, which is like how much of this is purposely made this way, which is probably a lot of it. But so we end this episode with Dr. Nira. He's back, and he's going to Kingman, Arizona, for a town hall meeting with locals, where he informs them of a financial investment into their community by having the world's second largest mosque outside of the Middle East.
No. Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Second largest? I thought he said the largest mosque outside the Middle East.
I think it might just be the largest mosque.
The wiki tells me it's the second largest mosque outside of the Middle East.
Oh.
Well, the wiki is our god. We must heed its words.
Wiki does not lie. Wiki also told me Keo is a dumb. Wow, it must be true.
I guess I'm a dumb then.
Wow, well.
I'm sorry.
Lots of revelations. So yeah, what? Stair, are you alright?
You're making Keo cry.
It sounds like I'm making you cry.
My friend! I'm sorry he was like this to you.
I know. It'll be okay, Stair. I'll be alright.
Well, wait, hold on.
I'll be fine.
Hold on. Whoa, guys, check it out. I'm looking at this Wikipedia. It says, Keo is not a dumb.
Wow.
Whoa.
Cool.
All right, so yeah, this segment was really something, wasn't it?
That was a big group of people, I think. So it couldn't have been that curated. I mean,
yeah, we don't know the size of the town.
This is Arizona, and it's a dying, post-industrial wasteland.
Well, that's also also what they said was the town they picked.
Yeah.
So yeah, they say they're gonna...
Either way, he got people to literally admit that they were racist.
Yeah.
And that the black people should be grateful.
Also, the total population of the town, I just looked it up, is over 45,000, so they definitely cherry-picked.
I don't think they cherry-picked. I think they just picked 20 people.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of these people... I guess maybe I just want to believe that they cherry-picked these people.
I mean, how do you screen for racism?
You ask them some questions.
Yeah, what would those questions
I guess
be?
it's a question of how do you screen for it without ruining what the joke is, which is you want to get their original reactions to you saying, we're going to put the second largest mosque in the U.S. or outside of the Middle East in your city. Which is immediately just like nobody's into it, obviously.
It's unanimous that everyone hates it.
There's one very vocal guy who they keep cutting to. He's not the guy who admits he's racist, but he pretty much does. Where he says that he doesn't want it. No one here wants it. No one wants that. At one point,
I don't want them here.
Yeah, he mentions that numerous times. At one point, when this conversation keeps clearly going poorly, he mentions the people who are willing to donate. He mentions the Clinton Foundation as part of it, just to add fuel to their fire, which I appreciate from the standpoint.
That's a real Eric Andre.
I really appreciate the ability to just amp it one more. But
he had a really professional-looking diagram that showed the percentages of the funding, and it was the Clinton Foundation's also donating. People were like, "Oh, of course."
And he also fuels their fire by being like, "We're keeping it fortified so that they can be protected inside of it
from any terrorists."
From anybody who would wish to do them harm, is what he said.
The funny part was that they immediately started threatening the structure.
Yeah. And then someone brings up the Muslim community in the town, and they mention that there's barely any black people in the town, and he says, yes, that's right. He applauds the person purposely misunderstanding them by saying that yeah, it's great. Black people contribute a lot to the community. Yes, it's great to have them in the city, and one of the people speaks up saying no, we tolerate them. We don't want them in the town either.
Yeah, he said they're not welcome here, but we tolerate them.
Which, no, that's not how that works. I forget how this segment actually ends.
Oh,
but,
didn't the doctor also say this town's the home to civil rights activist Timothy McVeigh?
Yes. But I'm glad that he mentioned that it was a no weapons meeting, because I was worried for this guy's life.
Yeah, one of the guys actually threatened him, saying that if you hadn't told him not to bring weapons, you might get shot right now.
Yeah. Anyway, I forget exactly how this ends, but it ends with us all being a little more introspective about how,
our country's a tire fire?
Yeah. All right, so, Keo, you brought up a point that I think is interesting when you look at the 2 episodes we watched, and maybe the show as a whole, which is, how much of this is purposely feeding into the narrative that he wants to make, which is that we're in a divisive era and things are really ridiculous now.
I mean, he does put Ronald Reagan in the intro. There's a montage of stuff, and there's a good half and a bad half. Ronald Reagan's in the good half.
Yeah. Which
is very inaccurate.
Right.
Was he in the middle of the good half or at the end of the good half?
In the middle.
He was at the...
yeah,
he had the tear down his wall speech, and then you cut to FDR.
Yeah, it's clearly...
I was worried.
It's clearly setting up a thing of this was America back then when things were simple, and this is America now.
Do you think he was trying to get Bernie at the beginning, get him to agree to his crazy nonsense?
No, I don't.
I wonder what he.
No, I don't. I'm not quite sure where the thing was.
Yeah, I was
Bernie.
very scared. I was scared that this was going to be like some centrist garbage. Some Trevor Noah bullshit.
I mean, doesn't seem like it. Anyway, what was the last question you had, Stairmaster?
Do political shows like this... Do shows like this affect positive political change or any at all?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Doubtful.
I really don't think anybody who's watching this show, especially past the first episode, is going to change any of their views.
I think like a crazy NRA person would just be like, "Oh well, that was just like I don't know."
They were clearly tricking these people into doing this stuff.
Yeah,
like no one's gonna watch this and have a realization about themselves as people. I don't think.
It was a little too shocking. Even I'm skeptical of it.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Is like I'm not willing to disbelieve that these people believe these things, but the fact that you were able to trick them so thoroughly into like revealing that without any questioning is a lot.
That would have to be some powerful magic.
Yeah.
Someone on their side is definitely going to go for the concept that, for one thing, the statement they put out is true, even though it's like obviously totally bogus and trying to save face. And second, that it was like just a big fraud in general.
Well, that's what the kindergarten movement
Yeah.
gains a foothold because of this. Like, that's how they save face, by doubling down on it.
I don't think
it'll
work.
There's no way.
I don't know. This country's kind of pretty stupid.
We're not that stupid though. I think people can understand, especially if it's explained to them that kids cannot handle firearms.
To be clear, this will be what we end on before recommendations. That lawmaker Jason Spencer's retired. He had to resign. Don't worry, Phil. He wasn't going to win the election anyway because he already lost the primary, and he already had 4 terms in office. So
the damage is done.
Anyway, so 2 episodes, a lot to talk about that show. Do you guys recommend it?
Yeah, if you have Showtime. I'm not going to say get Showtime for this, though.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, I would say give it a recommendation. Be prepared for what you're going to see. I think we've prepared you enough, but like it's definitely
maybe too much.
It's different than I thought it was going to be, and I can't tell if that's completely all good or all bad. It's a mixed bag, sort of like America.
I wonder if they're going to be able to keep it up.
Well, there's 7 episodes in the season, so I guess we'll see.
That's what.
I can't imagine. I mean, Sarah Palin already got fooled. She admitted it. Like, I think she was the first one to admit it, that she got fooled by the conspiracy theorist guy.
Oh,
that's why. And she thought he was a veteran in a wheelchair, which he is not. He very clearly is not.
He's got diabetes, though.
It's true. But
he has what was it? Obese legs.
Yeah, that's what he said, and a fatty liver.
Chalky deposits.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. That's all we gotta say on this matter. So yeah, that's a 3-pronged recommend. We should have a cool name for what we call it when we give.
And now I will read from TV Guide.
We call that a fork.
On Channel 1
we can't call that a fork.
3 a.m.
A fork is something else.
An antenna.
We give that an antenna rating when we all recommend something.
We tell them to tune in.
That's a tune in. Is that what we say? All right.
That's a 2 ends.
That's a tuning fork. There we go.
We'll figure it out.
We give Who Is America the tuning fork, the most prestigious honor we can give them.
It's not as good as This Is America.
Yeah, if you wanna, you can just watch This Is America on a loop. Don't get you slipping up. All right, so that's it for this week's episode.
Bang.
It was this is a jam-packed episode.
Sorry.
It's fine. I mean, most episodes aren't probably going to be this long, but hey, we got a lot of content to talk about, a lot of stuff to drift through. Real quick, you can find me on Twitter at Jesse Swanson if you want to tweet at me.
You can follow me at Stairmaster2.
Don't at me.
Yeah,
Okay.
Keo doesn't want to be followed.
I don't want followers. I don't want likes. I don't want retweets. I don't want replies. I don't want Twitter.
To be fair, Keo did lose the password to his Twitter account.
He still has access to Twitter. Anyway, the you can follow the show on Twitter at TVTuners, and you can email us. If you give us some emails, we might respond to them on the show, on this very program. You can email us at tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. What's that email, Kiorein?
tvtunerpodblast@gmail.org.
That's right. All right, until next week, we hope that you continue to watch and keep...
Play that funky music.
Yeah, okay. Bye.
Goodbye.